I paid £8 for this Nintendo DSi on eBay. Postage was £3.49, so in total it was £11.49. The issue, you ask? The console is generally in good condition, but the lower touchscreen is not as sensitive as it should be and sometimes doesn't work. Please see the photos. If we take a look at the touchscreen, it's this whole left-hand side that is just completely screwed. So anything down here I can't touch, and when I do, it kind of presses other buttons randomly. If I try and get back onto the tech stuff, I can't. So this whole left-hand side of the screen here doesn't necessarily work. It takes quite a hard push on the L button for it to register on the device as well. So I'm going to give that a decent clean with some IPA and hopefully we can get that back up and working. I was very, very shocked when I received the package for the Digitizer. This really impressed me. Really, really impressed me. Never have I ever seen packaging quite like that. This is our Digitizer. We're going to try and implement this Digitizer on the bottom LCD screen. And we're going to try that right now. We're going to run through this fix fairly quickly, I hope anyway. I've never personally owned a DSi, so it's going to be fun to go into. I've had a DSi XL, so I'm going to go ahead and assume that it's very, very similar, but just on a smaller scale. Hang around to the end of the video if you want to see some updates from myself regarding some consoles. You don't have to stay for it. If you want to leave, you can. So let's get this apart. I'll also be doing a live stream tomorrow, Sunday, the 9th of May. I'll give more information to that at the end of the video. We're getting there, slowly but surely. Slight organisation. I didn't know that's a thing. I didn't know there's a sticker on the battery for these. Is that every single one or is that just this battery? Console Doctor, warranty void. How many was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screws in total. Should just be able to pry this open from around the bottom. Lots of clicks is good. And then you've got the ribbon cable, which is attached here. So we're just gonna pry this one up. There we go. And then the top half comes away. And you've got the power board. This smells, man. Actually smells. So we'll get this ribbon cable, this one, and this one. And the battery terminal, that comes out like that. Only because I've messed with the DSi XL, I know where majority of these things are. There we go. And then I think we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. Oh, the antenna actually. Maybe I'll take the antenna off. Is that stuck down as well? It was. There is also an antenna cable here, which I've not seen. All right, and then we should just be able to, I'm gonna leave that ribbon cable in. If I can just flip that over like that, wonderful. Because the screen, remember on this, the screen is fine. There's no issues with the screen whatsoever. This should just pull up, which it has very easily actually. And it's fine here, there we go, simple as that. We now need to remove the Digitizer. And we're gonna do that by firstly taking this off. I don't know if you can see where I'm pointing here. That needs to come out. And then we're gonna remove the red off here. I'm gonna take my prying tool. I'm just gonna slowly place it in between and work my way around. It's very loose, extremely loose. And there we go. So that's that removed. I will give the screen a wipe down as well. And now we have to separate the red because we want to put this red on the new Digitizer. So again, very slowly, nothing too fast that could break it or snap it. Because this should be sticky enough to put on the Digitizer. That's the red off that Digitizer. And if I grab this one, first things first, we'll give this screen a little bit of a wipe down because I don't know if you can see, but it's very groggy. There we go, a lot better. There we go. Wow, nice. The way and the method that I've seen that is best to do this is to take the Digitizer, because you're essentially putting the red bezel in first, then you're putting the Digitizer on, then you're putting the screen on. And what this does is if you put it into the shell, it makes everything aligned. So that's what we're gonna try. So what I'm gonna do is place this in first, just at the bottom here, and make sure it's all aligned correctly, which it looks to be fine. Just opening the pack now where the Digitizer is, and it should have 2 protective films on, one on the front, one on the back. The orientation for this is going to be like this, as far as I'm aware. We're gonna get it in place as much as we can. I think that's gonna be okay. And then we're just gonna slowly go in, drop it into place, and push it down, like so. And just poke it, make sure we get it to stick. we get the screen, do the exact same. This just drops in where we need it to, like that, and we should be good to go. This isn't exactly the hardest thing in the world, but don't really want to mess it up. Get this little antenna and plug that back in, or just put it out the way for the time being. Might actually be worth just taking this off and trying to put it on first. Take this, make sure the wire's out the way, plug it in, zip that down. I'm just going to plug all the ribbon cables back in and work backwards exactly how we just did. Put all the screws back in as well, and we'll go from there. Let me put in the screws now actually. Battery goes in. This weird battery. Just going to hold it like that. Turn this around. Turns on. And the screen works. The bezel, as you can see, is completely flat and aligned. Does the touchscreen work? Yes, it does. Bezels look fine. Everything is so even. It's really, really nice. Really nice. Let's just check PictoChat real quick, shall we? So I go to here, PictoChat. Oh, okay, I don't know if everything seems a little bit out of sync. So what I'm going to do is, what's that button that you do for, you're going to recalibrate. That's the word that I'm looking for. We're going to recalibrate it. Touch screen, and then we're going to recalibrate. So boom, if I touch there, 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 and there, all good. Press OK. It's been calibrated, it says. So let's just try and flick through the menu again. So if I go DSi menu, yep, I'm going to go back to PictoChat. So there we go, I'm scrolling across. PictoChat is here. There we go. When I was clicking on it before, it was like moving to the left. I don't know why I was doing that, but again, the calibration sorted that out. And then yeah, it looks pretty spot on. Should we check down the left-hand side? Shift works. Cool. If I hold it down, it flickers in between. All the buttons are very, very responsive. The numbers are fine. Down right in the corner, you can go between the @ and the face. Can send it, can delete it. That is successful. A good job, well done. And like I said, bezel wise, everything looks perfectly aligned. And like I said in the beginning as well, the L button, which is this one here, was a little bit stiff. So what I'm going to do is just take it apart really quick and give it a good clean with some IPA and just make sure the spring's okay, so that when you're pressing that button, it's getting the full contact that it can with the ribbon cable. I've only given it a little clean with some IPA. Just drop some IPA in there and push the switch quite a bit. So let's see if that has worked. The colour on this thing is absolutely incredible. Like, it is gorgeous. This DSi is fabulous, and the sticker isn't in great condition. As you can see on the back, it's kind of worn out. You can't really see it. It is gorgeous, and the new digitizer at the bottom makes it look nice and sleek. Let's turn it on and just make sure that the L works. R shows the camera and a picture of my forehead, which is good. L works as well. Shows my forehead. Just make sure, yeah, wicked, it works. Sweet, look at that. Cool, okay, so the L has been cleaned up a little bit. It turns on. The DS charges, I will just show you. Wicked, charges, absolutely fine. Good stuff, so that works. Go to the menu. Yeah, there we go, 5th Street. Wicked, so everything with this Nintendo DSi XL works fine. Happy days. Quite a bargain, if you ask me, for £8. Now, if you did wait around until the end, you will indeed notice that I have a Super Nintendo Entertainment System, aka a SNES, that I received from Elliot, aka the Retro Future, which, to be honest, I didn't know it was that springy when you press eject. Supposedly, this had been found in his neighbour's skip. His neighbour gave the SNES to Elliot and said, I don't know if it's going to work, take it. Elliot had a bunch of stuff that he was doing and working on already and was super, super busy, and said, do you want it? And I said, yeah, of course. Like, I've never owned a SNES before, so I'll take it. It originally just came as the SNES, so no power or anything like that. However, we have purchased a controller, a game, a power supply, and an AV cable to test it. And this is the result of the test. So first of all, I was thinking, this thing must have been sat in the rain and had all sorts of things wrong with it. There's no way on God's earth this thing's turning on. I was wrong. I was then thinking, there is no way this thing displays on a TV. And as you can see, I was wrong again. The control that I purchased off eBay works flawlessly. I'm in disbelief that this thing works. he's only gone and done it again. Fortunately, I've managed to get the gameplay. You'll see that my mouth isn't synced with the top right hand picture you can see at the moment. That is because when I was recording this, I couldn't hear the sound, so assumed that there was no sound when I was recording the video, and I just thought it would be my voiceover and the gameplay. However, it actually sounds like this. Over the moon that it works, obviously, but I'm also a little bit upset that it works, because I would have loved to try and attempt a repair video on this console. I go on to basically say that I have in fact purchased another SNES on eBay that's faulty for £22. I believe like postage was £7 as well. So the issue with that SNES is that it turns on, but there's no display or output to the TV. So that's going to be a really, really interesting fix. All in all, the DSi fix was pretty easy today. I'm happy how that turned out. Just as a heads up as well, I'm trying to more and more get into console repairs. It's not that I'm done with the Game Boys and Nintendo DSi's and DS's and whatnot. It's more so the fact that I just want to try and learn more and develop my skills more towards bigger consoles. PS3s, even PS2s, the SNES for an example. And I'm really looking forward to the content I've got lined up. If you could think of any games that I would enjoy on the SNES, put it in the comment section down below. I'll be live streaming tomorrow at 2, maybe 3 p.m. GMT, and that is going to be focusing around my PlayStation 3 that I had given to me by my cousin. I tried to do a repair on it back in, I think, like October time, and I wasn't able to, unfortunately, and I just put it to the side and said I'm not going to touch it anymore. However, because of the recent soldering events that have taken place and the repairs that we've been successful with, I'm more than happy to take that console apart again and maybe just reflow some chips, or see if I can diagnose the issue more accurately this time. And where better to do it than a live stream speaking to you guys. So around about 2 or 3 p.m. GMT tomorrow, Sunday the 9th of May, I hope to see you there. I hope you have a good morning, a good afternoon, and a good evening, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.